Okay, could you both just tap your microphones for me, please? Yep, great, okay. Good to go. Okay, cool. What are we doing first?
Suits, I assume, are we?
Brilliant, can't wait.
Yeah. Let's do suits first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Oh, Jeeves, I said, about that check suit.
Prince Charles, massive fan of
Anderson Shephard.
Anderson and Shephard. So he gets introduced to it by Diana. The idea that it's invented on a particular date.
Yeah, that's
no idea.
Who knew?
That's a great fact.
So if any of the establishments mentioned in this podcast wish to express their appreciation, I wouldn't encourage that kind of behaviour. If they do, that's great.
Yeah, I just don't want to look like I'm taking my family out after I've been caught in a sex scandal, in 1991. I don't want that vibe.
I don't want that at all.
Is that vibe? I don't think he's taking his family out on a sex scandal, but...
Savile Row, many decades ago, it was closed curtains. There was no display, there was nothing. You couldn't see a jacket. You come in, you said, right, so what would you like? A three-piece suit or two-piece suit? Right, okay, and then they might show you a selection of a few cloths, and off you go. And there's no discussion in the fitting room as to what I like, what I would, they would pretty much give you something. It's not like that anymore, of course, where you can have anything you like.
We got into the game in 1906 through Per Anderson and Sidney Sheppard. So a little bit late coming to the party, but what made us very different from these other great names, we didn't have that military history.
We do a slightly fuller chest. What does that mean? What does a drape mean? It means we cut a high armhole in conjunction with a slightly fuller chest, a little bit more excessive cloth at the armhole and through the back.
We made this very, very soft shape that we're known for, this very unstructured, soft shoulder, minimum canvas, minimum padding. And straight away was quite a big hit with the stars and the celebrities of the day, especially from the silver screen. And these measure books here pretty much show that. The one person that is always name-checked from this period would be no question be Fred Astaire. Famous, obviously, for his dancing, but his immaculate dress sense.
Fred Astaire, I loved Anderson Shephard. So actually, Fred Astaire and I are very, very similar people. I think not so much, more physically than in personality. Just the effortlessness and the elegance. I think those are things that people have always picked up on.
With a bespoke garment, each customer has a unique pattern created for them and them only, and it's something we keep on file. If the customer grows, the pattern will grow with them. If the customer shrinks, it will shrink with them.
Our garments are timeless. They're made to last, You can put on a jacket from 1950s, 1960s, 1930s, and with a few discrepancies, they would still, you wouldn't stand out.
Flannel suits our style because of the softness, the nature of it.
So when I'm in Monte Carlo or sipping cocktails on
Yes.
yachts...
If we keep the flannel up. The only thing flannel, it tends to be slightly warmer and tends to be slightly heavier. There are lightweight flannels as well.
I mean, if Dominic chooses wisely, then I'd very happily take him with
I actually
me to
don't want to go to
Carlo.
Monte Carlo with Tom. I mean, I just don't want to go. So
Ignore him. He will want to come.
you should record all your episodes in this suit.
Well, I think it will reflect my sense of respect for the subject.
Right, whether you wear the suit or
Yes.
not. So
I don't think I'd wear it for Hitler.
Would you wear it
I
for-
might wear it for Churchill.
Would you wear it for History's Greatest Monkeys?
Sure.
Certain cloths suit certain characters, and we're here to advise. So, would I think something's vulgar? I mean, perhaps I wouldn't wear a pink velvet, but someone else might, and it looks great on some people.
You've taken my remark about the King of Spain to heart, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I went through and I've worked it out. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I've never thought about why he looks good and why Daniel Craig doesn't.
Daniel Craig's suits are too tight.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Is there one Anderson Shephard client, like from the past, that you would have liked to have cut for?
Marlene Dietrich.
Maybe.
That would be something special.
Henry Kissinger.
I'd probably say Thierry Henry, the Arsenal legend.
Alexander the Great.
Genghis Khan.
Maybe someone like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I'd put him in a three-piece like myself then. Three-piece linen suit, probably sort of like a tan colour, blend in with the sand and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think that would be quite good for me.
And I'd make him a pair of trousers that would fit really well, and then maybe they could have taken Vienna, and I would have had an impact on history.
We don't get starstruck in that sense. We do the job first.
I'll tell you who you don't want to be, Tom, in the suit department. Hermann Goering. No. If you had to be a Nazi, what suit would you...
Who would you go for? Who would you choose?
Yeah, who's your... I don't think you can walk around town now in a long leather coat without...
David Bowie did.
Yeah, but I mean, people thought he was a Nazi.
Well, he was.
Yeah, so I mean,
Quite dressy.
That's got...
That too much?
So Tom said to me before that the spectre that hangs over me is that of Mr. Toad, and I feel that's too Mr. Toad. That's too...
Listen, this is the narrowing down process, but there is a town tweed bunch.
Toad is the issue. Toad is the... You want to be the rat, don't you? You want to be the rat if you're going to be dressed like anyone from the window.
Badger.
I think Badger is a Victorian in the 1920s.
But either works beautifully. That's got a bit more... It's got a bit more snap to it, doesn't it? A little bit more punch to it.
Let's go for that.
It's a good choice.
Yeah. Marine blue.
Lovely.
I think we've been very decisive. Both of us have instinctively known what we want. We've gone straight for it.
No, absolutely. So the next thing is actually into work with the cutters, and they'll take the measures, and you get two cutters. You get coat man and trouser man. We're the only Savile tailor that does that.
Maybe about 100 years ago, where there was, before pre-globalisation, more garments were made here in the UK, and just down to the sheer volume, you would need to distribute the work between jackets and trousers in the cutting room. Now, we still run that way today. So Mr. Anderson was a coat cutter, Mr. Sheppard a trouser cutter. So all the gentlemen out the back in the cutting room are trained within one of those two disciplines.
The measures are taken pretty much in the same form. We tend to take more in-depth measure now.
17.
17.
29.
29.
39.
39.
60.
60.
17 and a half.
17 and a half.
3.
3.
43 and a half.
43 and a half.
21.
7 1/4.
These are all called out in the same formula, in the same way they have been for well over 100 years.
3.
45.
6. 31 and a half. Off left.
Off left.
An inch.
Off left. Half.
That means the gentleman's shoulder is off on one side.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
No, perfectly natural.
Is that?
Yeah,
I'm worried.
I'm
now worried I'm a freak.
I've got a drop shoulder. Martin does. Most people do.
Richard III, Quasimodo. You're in great company.
I'm waiting to see how far back your shoulder is.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I have excellent shoulders.
Tailors are famous for one thing: to have code. When describing
we
one's
do have
figure,
code.
so
Right.
we would never want to offend. Cricket bat, that's a good one.
What is the cricket bat?
Well, cricket bat basically means that you've got prominent blades on the back, and the tailor would love to grab a cricket bat and smack you across the blade.
No way.
The cutter can look automatically as these are taken and knows exactly which measure refers to which part he's been measuring.
So single-breasted jacket, 2-button, 3-button run through, sir?
How about back pockets?
Would you like an out-ticket pocket?
Did you want to stick to plain fronts like you're used to, or would you like to maybe go for pleated?
Interiors, now 2 imbris, they really come as standard.
Side vents.
Straight pockets.
Pockets. Straight or slightly slanted.
I don't like slanting pockets. And when someone asks me for a slanting pocket, I would try to advise them against it. I don't know why, I just got this funny thing about slanting pockets. It comes from riding wear. I would say, well, are you getting on a horse anytime soon? Well, you get on a horse, and ease of access, the pocket is slanted, so your hands can get in it. Ticket left or right facing is a very useful pocket, I find.
And then it comes down to internal pockets.
In a way, the more pockets.
The more pockets, the better.
Any other questions?
No. I think it's all sounds. I'm very excited.
Through those sequence of measures they've taken, they create what's called a paper pattern. They use that to then put over the cloth to then strike and cut out. Then the garment will be sent to either a coat maker or a trouser maker, or maybe a waistcoat maker.
How do they feel on the waist? I'm going to take some of this away. Yeah, it's too much. Which is going to feel very kind of alien, tight to you.
Just marking up the waistcoat. It was pretty good. All I had to do is let the waist go ever so slightly more. I like to call it room for lunch. The thing that people like to imagine is a Savile suit being sprayed on, something that, is kind of is very tight and clean. That's not really the premise of a suit that fits you properly. When the suit's buttoned up, you want to reach out and then you want to get your phone out. You don't want it to, kind of stop you from doing anything in your day-to-day life.
Part of the process, once we've tried the garment on, is to what's called, some people call it tearing down, some call it ripping down. It sounds quite severe, but it's not. Obviously, we've got the markings, and you do this while it's fresh in your mind. So you've just seen the jacket on the individual. You've just put like the markings, little chalk markings, and what some people would kind of describe as scribbles. Basically, it's the tailor's shorthand. So it's all little notes for me, what to do, where to make changes.
The setting is the late summer of 1415.
Tell us why you've chosen to kick off with the marriage of Figaro and what is going on. For Tom to arrive on time would be unthinkable, because he would have got the wrong time in his diary, and he'd also double booked.
Tempted to put a pair of braces on you.
Sure. I feel that people judge braces harshly, and that's not right. Yeah.
It's the best thing in terms of
keeping your trousers up.
Keeping your trousers
If
up.
you're quite a fat man, then braces are a very good idea, believe me.
See where they were dropping ever so slightly when we first put them on.
Yeah.
And just by putting those braces on, it's elevated the trouser up to where we want them to be.
Yeah.
The lines at the back are looking better. The pleats are sitting and folding perfectly. I would just recommend putting on your shoes just to make sure.
Just to be clear to the viewers, I would not wear brown shoes. I want that on record. It genuinely gives you so much confidence. Well, obviously, I struggle very badly with low self-esteem, and I can feel the boost from wearing a really nicely cut pair of trousers. You feel like $1 million. So the thing about Edward VII and the waistcoat button...
The waistcoat buttons used to be buttoned all the way down.
Yeah.
Obviously, as he got a little larger...
Yeah, he was a very large man.
He couldn't quite do the bottom button up, so he'd leave it open.
Yeah.
So obviously, the people at court
copied it,
followed suit, and it became a style, a trend, a nod to the king.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's gone on nice, hasn't it? First time. It's really clean through the back.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit in the chest. I won't take that away. You want it to be comfortable, not too tight. That looks really nice. I'm really happy with that.
So it's not just Hollywood, you also do kings, prime ministers, people like that?
Oh, we've got all these measurements, yes. Yeah. Do you remember that old jacket that's... Oh. He loves it and it's fallen apart and Leon has to put it all together.
More patched up. It has more patches than anything else.
But it's a great looking jacket, it really is. But it's,
refuse to let it go. It comes back sometimes a couple of times a year. It does. And a few more odd patches. And when I say patches, I don't mean anything that's even close to the original cloth. It's like a coat of many colours. He'll make do and mend, which is admirable, really.
Collar, she's coming off a little bit at the back. She's drooping down.
Okay.
We're going to have a look at that. We've got a little excess cloth here. I want to just pinch the chest ever so slightly.
Okay.
I want to take a little bit of this drape away. I'd probably draw the cuff up a good ½ inch.
Okay. Yeah, inches rather than centimetres.
Most definitely. Okay, a few little tweaks, a few little adjustments, a little bit of clean up.
I love it.
But we're going in the right direction.
I love it.
Okay, all good today.
Thank you. Tom, unbelievable.
Why?
This?
Why unbelievable?
Shocking. Shocking, isn't it?
I've been to the London Library.
Absolute standard.
Look.
Just going to tidy up that seat a little bit for you.
Yeah, let's tidy up the seat. I'm very worried that I have, brown shoes, grey trousers, green tie, which is obviously... the gods of Savile Row must be completely losing it.
I don't know why I don't like waistcoats for some very strange reason. They're the easiest garments to make, but it's maybe because I don't wear them.
Is Tom having a waistcoat?
Good point.
Is Tom having a waistcoat? Yeah.
Yeah, is he? Oh well.
Yeah, five better like that.
Oh great.
I love the waistcoat. I wasn't sure I would, but it's tremendous.
There's something quite elegant about them once you actually put one on.
I have always had a yearning for a kind of 1940s style Cary Grant pinstripe. But my anxiety was always that I would look like a Tory MP in the 80s, caught in a sex scandal. So I felt that in choosing this, I've been playing for high stakes, but I feel that, as I would expect with Anderson Shephard, that I have fallen on the right side. So,
well, I think the high stakes on this occasion have
it looks
paid off.
Wonderful. It's everything I would have.
A few tweaks.
It's everything I was hoping for. So I could be a Hollywood star or a Birmingham gangster, or there's so many opportunities.
Yeah, it ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, it really does.
Excellent.
So
I'll give you a moment. Let's take the jacket off for you, sir. And then I'll give you a few moments to change out the trousers.
Thank you. That was brilliant. Oh, yeah, brilliant. I'm so relieved. I'm trying to think if there's some spectacular occasion that I can debut it.
You just have to stick with Mozart for the time being. So, Tom, who was Mozart?
Who was Mozart?
There he is.
Hello. I'm just warning you, it's just slightly less than an hour to go.
Cool, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.
And go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the hosts of The Rest is History, Tom Holland and Dominic Sandbrook.
Well, good evening and welcome to The Rest is History.
And Dominic, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree that was quite something. We've had many great musical moments on The Rest is History. One thinks of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, sung by me. And more recently, Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, which was also sung by me. But I mean, that wasn't bad. That was kind of up there, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not indulge him.